I'm Noah Neumark from Centennial. I'm running to represent Colorado CD6 as a national delegate pledged to Senator Bernie Sanders. I've supported Senator Sanders over the years because he's always recognized the crises we face as a nation and as a planet. While his colleagues in Washington would ask, how are you going to pay for it? Senator Sanders was asking, how can we survive if we don't pay for it? With this global pandemic, political dynamics have changed, and being that it is affecting literally everyone, those in power can no longer ignore the crises that we on the left have been screaming about for decades. I wish we were better prepared for this health crisis. I wish they listened when we told them that it's absurd to have a for-profit health insurance system that's tied to employment. Economists are predicting potentially a 40% unemployment rate. That's beyond the Great Depression. Democratic leadership is squabbling about the open enrollment timetable for the ACA exchange. It's the wrong discussion to have. Well, half the country might not have the money to pay for a monthly premium that continues to skyrocket. Senator Sanders has never quit fighting for us and is working tirelessly right now fighting for Amazon workers so they're properly protected and compensated for the perilous and essential work they do. He's fighting for a stimulus package that ensures that we don't fall into another Great Depression and ensures that our basic needs are met. Some of the points on his proposed stimulus plan are addressing the employment crisis and providing immediate financial relief. That means keeping workers on payroll as they're doing in other countries, and $2,000 direct payments in the form of like a universal basic income, paid medical sick leave, and an extra hazard pay for essential workers. He's also calling, like he was before the crisis, for guaranteed health care for all. And at this time where health insurance is just not feasible for many people, losing their employment status, we need a system that just guarantees people the ability to go to a doctor and, when sick, help. That's the system that we need. And another point is to use the Defense Production Act, not just to sign it, but to actually put it into practice. Because we need more ventilators, we need PPE, hospital beds, we need testing for all. These are things that other countries have been able to accomplish and have been a lot better at handling this crisis. We need to crack down on price gouging and hoarding of supplies that's keeping us from being able to distribute these necessary items to handling the crisis. And then another point, there's a lot of people who are going to go hungry because we don't have a system that provides that people get access to food. That's always been a problem, but now it's amplified, and we need to put that into a stimulus plan. He's also calling to provide emergency aid to states and cities. That means that under this crisis where a lot of states are not getting nearly the amount of tax revenue that they were before, How are we going to pay for police officers, firefighters, and paramedics? And then finally, he's calling to suspend monthly payments, essentially putting a freeze on rent, mortgage payments, medical debt, consumer debt, student loans. If we don't do something drastic like that, then we're going to be dealing with people losing their homes, getting evicted, putting out on the streets while we're in the midst of a pandemic. So Senator Sanders has recognized these looming problems and recognizes the measures that we have to go to in order to handle the crisis. So it's exposed how ill-equipped we are at some of the basics of taking care of our people. And now the naked truth is playing itself out as we scramble to overcome our deficit of preparedness. And we can't go back. So it's obvious that as we control our own currency and the Federal Reserve can dole out money as big corporate bailouts at the drop of a hat, we have and have always had the ability to create a safety net that guarantees our basic needs. So as a delegate for Senator Sanders, I will continue to push forward our working people's agenda, one that recognizes that we were in a crisis before this pandemic, one that recognizes the need for economic, social, racial, and environmental justice. While Senator Sanders has, I just got the word that he's suspended his campaign, we still have much work to do as a movement fighting for justice. I'm Noah Neumark, and I humbly ask for your vote. Thank you.